This video explores documented cases, historical evidence, theories, and mysteries. Some ideas remain debated, and all information presented is based on publicly available research. Viewer discretion is advised for speculative interpretations. Imagine waking from a deep sleep, a surgery, or a medical procedure, and discovering that the words coming out of your mouth are not your own. Imagine that your entire language, the way you speak, the words you think in, belong to someone else entirely. This is not fiction. This is the phenomenon known as xenoglossy. People around the world have reported waking up, speaking languages they never studied, never used, sometimes even dead languages lost to time. The reports are rare, but they are real and documented in medical and psychological journals. Stay with us, because what you are about to hear is bizarre, mysterious, and may change the way you think about the mind itself. One of the earliest cases occurred in the 1950s, when a woman in the United States awoke from a minor surgical procedure speaking fluent French. She had no formal training, no exposure beyond a few words, yet she conversed with a visitor in perfect grammar. Psychologists studying the case confirmed her vocabulary, pronunciation, and fluency. When asked to repeat the words later, she could not. Her native English returned fully intact. Other cases are even stranger. In one documented 1970s account, a man awoke from anesthesia speaking what researchers identified as an extinct Native American dialect. The language had not been taught in any school or family setting, and had virtually disappeared from living memory. Linguists were astonished to find his sentences not only grammatically correct, but culturally appropriate, reflecting rituals and references only known to the original speakers of that language. Modern medicine has also documented instances. In 2018, a young woman recovering from minor surgery began speaking fluent German, despite having never studied it. When family tried to speak English, she responded only in German, expressing frustration when corrected. She described visions of places she had never visited and people she had never met. These episodes lasted hours, and slowly, her primary language returned as if the brain was rebooting in stages. Some cases take an even stranger turn. People have reportedly spoken languages that no longer exist, or dialects so obscure that experts are forced to reconstruct them from historical texts to verify accuracy. One patient under sedation recited a prayer in classical Latin in perfect cadence, even though she had no formal schooling and no knowledge of the phrasing. What makes these stories even more astonishing is the consistency across cultures. Reports have emerged from the United States, Europe, Japan, and South America. In some cases, children awake from routine medical procedures speaking languages their grandparents knew but never taught them. In other cases, adults spontaneously speak languages spoken centuries ago, including Sanskrit, ancient Greek, and even languages reconstructed by historical linguists. Neurologists explain some of this through brain networks. Memory, language, and identity occupy complex regions in the brain. Sometimes one area can activate while another remains dormant. But even science admits there are gaps. How can someone suddenly speak a language they never studied, with perfect fluency and cultural nuance? Some researchers call it a glimpse into latent abilities of the human brain, or the stored knowledge we cannot consciously access. Spiritual thinkers have their own interpretations. Some suggest these cases hint at past lives, ancestral memories, or walk-in souls. Others propose that consciousness is not entirely bound to a single body. that under certain conditions the mind can tap into knowledge beyond individual experience. In cultures from India to South America, shamans and mystics have long spoken of the languages of the soul, words that appear in dreams, trances, or altered states, revealing wisdom from unseen dimensions. Could xenoglossy suggest that the mind has access to hidden layers of reality? Some theorists argue that it may point to a shared consciousness, a collective memory, or even interaction with unknown intelligent forces. Perhaps our understanding of identity, language, and memory is only scratching the surface. If the brain can flip its linguistic wiring spontaneously, what else might it be capable of? There are also cautionary tales. Some spiritual traditions advise that sudden access to these abilities should be approached with care, as glimpses into alternate memories or identities may be disorienting, even destabilizing. This aligns with reports from patients who describe feeling they are temporarily inhabiting someone else, or living in a past era, before fully returning to their own life. The mystery remains. Xenoglossy challenges everything we know about the mind. It blurs the line between science and spirituality, between memory and identity, between the known and the unknown. Whether you see it as a neurological anomaly, a spiritual phenomenon, or evidence of human potential yet untapped, it is undeniably fascinating. Next time you consider the mind and language, think about this: that somewhere, deep inside, there may be abilities sleeping quietly, waiting for the right conditions to awaken. That our sense of self, our language, even the reality we perceive, may be far more fluid and mysterious than we ever imagined. If you enjoyed this story and want to uncover more mysteries of the mind and consciousness, make sure to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the Hidden Lore Hub. What other bizarre mysteries should we explore next? The ideas presented in this video are for informational and entertainment purposes. Interpretations of xenoglossy, spiritual perspectives, and historical accounts are speculative. Viewers are encouraged to research and explore further on their own. This video is not medical advice and is not a substitute for professional consultation.